I gotta say, like, this is insane. Like, this is the best profile I've ever done.
Mr. Lee.
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about how I got Solar Ash running in VR, as well as some tips and tricks regarding the software I'm using called vorpX. Okay, let's dive into this. Hello everyone. Hello again. Today I want to show you how I got a profile running for Solar Ash. So if you don't know, Solar Ash is a really cool action adventure game which is wonderful in VR, by the same people who made what's it called, a very popular indie game. I can't remember the name of it. Heart Machine. What was that name? What was that game they made? Hyper Light Drifter. There we go. Hyper Light. So this game, maybe some of you have played it, of course. This classic of a game. I played it a lot on my Switch. The same people who made that have made a 3D game, which is set in the same universe as Hyper Light Drifter, I think. I'm not sure, but I really love this game, and it looks stunning in VR, actually. So I made a profile for it, and how I went about doing that is in vorpX. There are a lot of official profiles and there are a lot of community made profiles. So what you do is you find out which game engine the game is made in. Unreal Engine 4. The good thing about Unreal Engine 4 is that there's a lot of games in vorpX that are made with Unreal Engine 4, and that can be a problem as well, because trying to find a game profile that works in vorpX when so many games have been made with Unreal Engine 4, it's kind of just luck. But what you can do is you can search for the game engine and games, right? And you can see if there are any popular games here, right? So you can, like, Shenmue. That's a game a lot of people have heard about, right? And I can search in here for Shenmue. Okay, no profiles for that one. What else? Games made in Unreal Engine 4. Well, click on this, right? The gamer, whatever. Click on something. Yeah, here we go. Unreal Engine games. And here, in here, we can find different games made in the different Unreal engines. Wikipedia, they have a lot of great stuff on Wikipedia. Like, people just go ahead and make this. Normal people. Where do they find the time to list all of these games? Okay. Here we have it listed in alphabetical order. So I don't know which game there might be a profile for in vorpX, but if we, like, check out, I don't know, there has to be something here. Arkham Asylum, right? That's a popular game, isn't it? So we'll search Batman. There we go. Arkham Asylum. So here, vorpX, the creators of vorpX, have made an official profile for Arkham Asylum. Actually, all the Arkham games, and I'm guessing all of them, were made with Unreal Engine 4. I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure. So you'll just click on create a new profile based on this one. And then you'll get a question, what you want to call this profile, right? So we'll say I want to call it Solar Ash test, right? Okay. And they ask me, do I want to keep the shaders direct VR? If that's available in the profile, I'll just click yes. The startup messages, I think they're always good to have, right? Because maybe someone is trying my profile and he's never used vorpX, right? So why not? So I'll keep everything, and you see I've made quite a lot of oh yeah, sorry, the profiles I've downloaded from the cloud are all blue, and the same can be said for the profiles that I create for myself. So if I create any profiles, they will be blue in the list. Okay, I do think so. I'm kind of unsure here, because you see here Shadow Warrior. I think maybe I've created one of these. I'm not really sure, but I think so, that everything that I've made should be blue. Yes, here's a couple of other profiles that I've downloaded or made myself, and their color is blue. So there we go. Wolfenstein. This does not work. I downloaded it from the profile. The reason is I downloaded it from the cloud. The reason why it doesn't work is no games made in Vulkan works with vorpX. That's kind of sad, but that's just the way it is. So you see, I've already made a profile for Solar Ash, but for the sake of showing you, I'm gonna remove this profile, or not remove the profile, but I'm gonna remove the boot up file in the profile. So what you have to do when you've made a profile for a game, I have Solar Ash installed via Epic Games. I have to find the folder where the game is installed, and I have to find the file for the game. So it has to be the one called Win64 shipping. So what I did is I go to the C folder, program files, right? Let's see, open. I have to now find Epic, and there you go, Epic Games, open. Here I'll find my game. At the moment I only have Solar Ash on Epic Games. I'll open it. Here you might think that you should click this one, but that's wrong. Okay, so you have to find the one called Win64, and it's usually in a folder called binaries. Okay, open. But the reason why you have to find this file is because if there is a file with Win64 attached to it, right, then vorpX will find it itself and attach itself to that file. So you have to use this one. It's really important. And there we go. So this is the file I want to open when I'm using vorpX. So now I've created a profile based on Arkham Asylum, which is also a third-person action game. That's really important when you find a profile. So if you're making a profile for a first-person shooter, you should see if you find a first-person shooter made with Unreal Engine 4, if they share the same engine, right? If it's a first-person shooter made in Unreal Engine 4, for example, then I need to go see if I can find another first-person shooter made in Unreal Engine 4, and I have to go here on the profiles and see if anyone else has made a profile for any other FPS, right? And then I can base my new profile off of that. Okay, so we've made a test now. We've attached Solar Ash to it. We'll click apply. So next time I start vorpX, it will next time I start Solar Ash, vorpX will attach itself to the game using this Win64 file. Since I am using virtual desktop at the moment, I have to use Steam VR, so I just check to see if that's right, and it is. And there we go. As you see, vorpX started up. Hopefully you see that. I'm not able to check if you're seeing what I'm seeing or what you are actually seeing. So here our game is running in vorpX with a little bit of head tracking. It works actually kind of well. And I think this is with geometry 3D. I'm not sure. The 3D is actually not really good for this, even though the Batman profile has geometry 3D. The profile in this game sadly does not work for Solar Ash. So that's kind of a little bit weird, actually. You would think that it was supposed to work, but sometimes though you're lucky and you find a profile that actually works. And you just have to try and see. But like vorpX is genius when it comes to how the whole thing actually works. It truly is. Gotta tell you. So I'm actually having such a good time here that I don't even want to quit. So when I got it running, it ran so well that I just don't want to quit at all. Let's see here. Maybe I can no. We'll have to do that later, guys. Thought about maybe showing you my settings in vorpX. The problem is, all of a sudden, I can't figure out what I did to bring up the vorpX menu. There was some kind of button I pressed, but I can't remember. Like I'm using the touch controllers now. Yeah. So yeah. We'll have to exit out of this. Exit out of Steam. So you're not seeing any of the 3D effects or anything like that, but in the game I did not get any 3D from doing this, and I didn't really expect to get any because I spent all night yesterday trying to get this to work with a whole bunch of profiles. And what I did was that I actually found a profile in the cloud based because I was sitting here on Epic, right, with Solar Ash there, and I saw Sifu pop up, and I thought, that's a popular game. Maybe someone made a profile for Sifu. And here you go, Sifu G3D. Excuse me, no, Z3D, because I got Solar Ash to run with a G3D profile, like proper stereoscopic 3D, but it was too demanding for my computer. And Z3D is not so demanding, and with very like stylized graphics, Z3D often looks better than G3D, because G3D looks best on like proper 3D games, not those that are really like stylized. But this one, however, is in Z3D, and I made a profile for Solar Ash based off of that one. So what I did, I downloaded this and I created a new profile based off of that one and attached the Solar Ash Win64 shipping file to that one. Let's see. Okay, and that worked. I mean, it not only did it work, it worked extremely well. It's gotta be the best profile I've ever made. I'm telling you, man, it is the best profile I've ever done in vorpX. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but yeah, I feel like I have to toot my own horn when it comes to this, because I'm so extremely happy with how that thing went. So I'm gonna try and see if I can. What did I press to bring up? Is that one, that one, that one, that one? No. There's a key. There we go. Yeah. So I got the settings up, but I don't know how I got it. Let's see if I can record this so you see what I'm seeing in the headset. So now I'm recording with my Quest 2. This is not going to be visible on OBS, but I will clip in the footage from my Quest 2. As you see, I've created a profile with immersive screen enabled. I made these adjustments myself, actually. I'm not able to scroll through the settings while I'm showing you, sadly, because that's just how it works. Either way, immersive screen. The profile at default came with cinema mode, and that works really well as well. I've adjusted the screen distance to have it right up in your face, because I like to be totally immersed. I've changed the 3D reconstruction to something called Z normal. It does not create as many visual artifacts, but the 3D is beautiful. The 3D strength I have not changed at all. I've let it be just how it is. I've turned off head tracking because it doesn't really work that well with the Oculus, with the Xbox controller. It does, however, work pretty well with the Oculus controllers. So it's kind of up to your preference. And that's everything I've changed. I haven't changed anything else. So the other things, there's no point in me showing you, really. I've turned on direct mode fluid sync, which is kind of like I don't know, like vorpX's own asynchronous space warp, which should make the whole game feel more fluid. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I could be wrong about this, but it should make the game feel more fluid. Whether or not it works the same way as asynchronous space warp, I do not have a clue, but I think it's this one. So please do feel free to correct me down in the comments. I'm not an expert when it comes to that. There we go. Then I've showed you. Turn off the recording in my Quest 2, and here we go. I'll recenter my tracking. Let's see if the 3D even works. That will be fun. Maybe it stopped working. Nah, it works just fine. Like, the 3D in this profile was just insanely well done. If the person who made the profile for Sifu is watching this, great job, man. Or girl. It's insanely well done, the 3D here. Like, I encourage you to go check this profile out. Like, I only found a profile that works with Solar Ash. I'm not the one who created it, in a sense. I just found a profile and made some changes to make it work even better with Solar Ash. And I gotta say, like, this is insane. Like, this is the best profile I've ever done. No doubt. No doubt about it. The 3D here looks stunning. It has to be actually one of the coolest profiles I think I've seen for like what's it called? The best profiles I've seen for non 3D games in vorpX. For some odd reason I'm having some issues here. Oh yeah, sorry, I have not chosen the controller method or whatever. What's it called? Like, I haven't chosen how to play the game right. There we go. Shit. If you're playing this game with vorpX with your Oculus touch controllers, I found that the easiest way to play it is actually changing your controller mode to keyboard and mouse and having the controller visualization on. So I'm gonna show you how that looks actually. Hopefully I can show you. I'm gonna record it with my Quest 2. So there we go. Now I'm recording it with my Quest 2, so I'm gonna show you how this looks. So I've changed the Oculus touch settings in vorpX to controller type Oculus touch. That's not changed. If you change this, the game crashes, or vorpX crashes actually. The controller mode, I changed this to keyboard and mouse when playing with my touch controllers. I turned on the controller visualization, so as you see, here you have some floating controllers that I can see in my headset, so I can see what buttons do which sort of things. Really cool. And that's it. Really cool, huh? Like, how could you not love vorpX when I'm showing you stuff like this? It's awesome. So let's continue our game. There we go. And then I think we're ready to play a little bit. Yesterday I just figured out how to progress in this part of the game. There we go. And it looked much simpler when I saw someone else do it than when I tried to do it myself. And trying to do it myself, I made a whole bunch of mistakes. I mean, look at the 3D in this game. It's insane. Yeah, there we go. Because the cool thing here is that I can press down the trigger to run, which is super intuitive. Yeah. Excuse me, I haven't really figured out the buttons just yet. It does take a little time getting used to the new controls. Oh yeah, so this is F. It takes a little time. Usually I play with the Xbox controller, as I said. Which button was... Oh yeah, yeah. Trigger is the best way you could play. Like, this is one of the reasons why I love playing it with keyboard and mouse settings. Because some things are really intuitive, like I use the trigger to attack. And the 3D in this game is just stunning. As I said, whoever made the profile for Sifu is a genius. Not seafood, but seafood. Because this has to be some of the prettiest 3D I've seen in like a third-person action game in vorpX. I think it's the prettiest 3D I've seen in any third-person action game in vorpX. Gotta tell you, man. The 3D really pops here, and it's not like proper 3D neither, but it looks even prettier than proper 3D. It's like the 3D you would get on a 3D monitor. And actually I've found out that when playing with your touch controllers, immersive screen works much better, so I can actually enable head tracking, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So how I go about doing that is kind of clunky. There we go. The delete button brings up the menu in the game. We'll go to main settings and I'll enable the head tracking. Not too much, just a little bit for the sake of immersion, maybe like 25%. Yeah. Really nice. I'm gonna go and press OK. I'm not gonna save this though. Thing is, when you're playing with the gamepad, your head tracking interferes with the gamepad for some reason, but that does not happen when you're playing with the keyboard and mouse. So when playing with keyboard and mouse, you can enable head tracking and it doesn't ruin anything. Because here I saw this guy on YouTube do this the other day. Can't remember how he did it though. He did something like weird. Come on, man. This game really tests your patience. There's a lot of trial and error when playing Solar Ash. It's really quite hard actually. Or that depends on what you think is hard. But to me personally, I really feel this game is really hard. It depends on your own preferences, what you think is hard, what you think is easy and whatnot, but yeah, as I said, to me this game is not easy. But I think like playing games like this one in VR makes total sense, if you know what I mean. Ah, come on. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. That's kind of what is the problem right now. And I see that I kind of have the screen a little bit too far up in my face for what is comfortable. And why the hell did I go do the hardest thing first? Please tell me. So you don't need to do it the way that I just did. You could make your life a whole lot easier. Let's see here. And generally speaking, that's a good thing. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do here is make my screen a little big, not bigger. It does not in any way, shape or form need to be any bigger. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and make my screen smaller by reducing the distance to the screen. There we go. So this should make my life a whole bunch easier. That's the thing, if you want to play with total immersion like I do, there's a cost to it. There is a cost to pay. There is a price to pay. Okay, let's see. So let's go ahead. Like, man, this 3D is stunning. Who would ever want to play on a normal monitor? Like, when you have a VR headset, why on earth would you want to play with a normal monitor? Personally, that's just not gonna happen for me. I'm not gonna play with a normal monitor. It's way too immersive. Have the things feel like they pop out of the screen. And everything really feels like it pops straight out of the screen. So, as I said, the creators of vorpX are geniuses. There you have it, folks. Solar Ash running in VR.